How's everybody doing today? My name is Mr. Booker. I'm going to be talking to you about your Algebra 2 course and how to get started. I sent out videos before and I'm getting a lot of responses from some students that are having some trouble getting into the class and navigating the class. So I'm going to make a video that should help you out um, and kind of show you everything that is going to need to be done. Um, so we'll go ahead and get right into it. This is the login page. Um, This is one of many login pages that they have. This is under flvs.net, and I clicked on the My FLVS page. So here you'll enter your login name, and I'm just going to use one of the students. And so I would log in my username. So I'll just put in the password here. And log in. Now it's going to take me to a screen, so everybody needs to make sure there's some different surveys that you should complete. There's also other information here for you. We have progress reports that will be sent out, different links to the video, all kinds of things. Now you're going to select, it'll have your course here, it'll say enter this course. You're going to go in and select that, and it will take you here. Now there's going to be several things that you can see here, different announcements that you're going to want to use. So that's basically how to get into the course and get going as far as just to enter the course. So we hit continue and it'll take us to this screen here. There's a certain number of assignments that must be completed. If you are unable to do that, you can get out of the course, but the grace period is the time when you can get out of the course and it will not affect your grade. So after 28 days, you would be withdrawn with a failing grade if you tried to get out of the course. If it's before 28 days, then it would not affect your transcript at all, and it wouldn't show up there. But after 28 days, you're locked into the class and must either complete it, or if you withdraw, you would be withdrawn with a failing grade. Now, once we get here, and this is what everyone needs to do, we have our summer pace chart. If you're just taking segment 1 in the summer, you would click here. If you're taking just segment 2 in the summer, you'd click here. If you're taking both, segment 1 and segment 2, and you want to finish both of those in the summer, you would click on the third link there. So I'm going to just click on one just to show you. And this gives us our pace chart. This is the assignments here are the assignments that need to be completed in the first week. Now, and I will talk to you about how to get to the assignments later, but these are the assignments that should be completed in the first week. In the second week, you can see that there's other assignments. Note that there's a few assignments that we are exempt from. So those should not even show up for you, but if they do, you're still exempt from those. You don't need to do them. So those are the assignments that need to be done each week. You can see it's complete by 6:15. That means that's Sunday night, because I'll be grading all this stuff Monday. I grade throughout the week, but I'll be checking. I'll have everything graded by Monday, and then on Tuesday checking to make sure that everyone has completed those assignments. If you have any questions about that, I'll explain. Next thing that we're going to talk about is appointments. Now, due to the large number of students that are taking summer school, it's not really possible to just call and do our discussion-based assessments just out of the blue, because I have appointments all day that students make, and those students have made appointments, so I must answer those appointments. Now, what everyone needs to do to make an appointment is very easy. You'll go down on the announcement page. We have a button here that says click here to make an appointment. If I click that, it's going to route me to this page here. I select a date, say I want to make an appointment for Monday, tell what my appointment is for. Am I going to do it for a DBA, a monthly call, tutoring session or a welcome call. So say I want to do a tutoring session. This gives me all the times, the blue is all the times that I could make an appointment for. So I would click here and confirm that. Now I'll enter the name, enter your phone number that you can be reached at. This is very important because I will be calling you. And enter what you need some help on. So next, click submit, and it gives you your appointment. That will be sent to me, so then I know when to give you a call. Now, other things you can fill out here for the scheduler, but that's not necessarily. So now that person has an appointment, and I would be giving them a call at that time. Okay, now let's talk about getting started with the course. The buttons on the side here are very important for us. Top one is what we're going to go to first. This is lessons. So this is where we learn all of our information. So if I go to lessons, it's going to pop up this screen here. These are the assignments, these are the chapters that we're going to be doing. If you're in the first section only, we're doing section 1 through 5. There's a test at the end of each one of these. If we're in the second, we're doing 6 through 10. And of course, if we're doing both, we do the complete list. So I'd go into module 1, and I'm going to go into the introduction and pre-test. So this is going to bring up the introduction. Now all these things here, they're different slides, and this explains everything that we just talked about with it. Graphing technology, this is important. We'll want to download this stuff. They have it so that we can download this graphing software. This helps a lot with what we do. You can see that all these are videos that we can use.
GeoGebra is a dynamic graphing and drawing program.
So you're going to want to watch all the videos that are associated with the class. Now you can see up at the top it says 1 of 5. I go to the next page, and this keeps on with the introduction. And this whole first part is the introduction. We go through this, it gives us how long it should take for each section. It gives us other course information. It tells us about the PACE chart, collaboration, module checklist, which we just talked about, or which actually we'll talk about in a second, the discussion-based assessment, and the rest of the course information. Now when I get to the last page, it talks about the assignment. Now to get to the assignment, you would go to assessments, the tab here. When I click on that, this lists the assignments that we have to complete. So you can click on the assignment that you're going to do. So for example, you'd click here on this one, and I would enter the exam. Now it has it has the questions here that we would complete. When you get finished with an assignment like this is just a pre-test. It's not really going to hurt our grade if we don't do well on it, so don't get too worried about it. Make sure you check this box, and then you submit the exam. Now that sends the exam to me, lets me know that it's ready to be graded. And then it'll give you your response. Now you also note here email messages. You need to check these every time you log in, because there's lots and lots of things that are sent through email in this course. Now I want to go to another type of lesson, and this is the one that is going to be, so I'll go back into module 1, For example, the Module 1 quiz. Now this is a quiz that we take after doing the other assignments. Now the assignment questions are listed here. These are the questions that you're going to have to do. Now this does not have multiple choice, as you can see. You would answer these on a Word document. And I have templates in the course that you can use that will have these questions on it that you can submit as your Word document. So when you go to assessments, you'll see the ones that say assignment on them. You would go in and you would attach your work to this one. From here, you would browse your computer, find your assignment that you saved and did, and you would open it. Say we'll just use this one, and submit for grading. Click the button, and I submit it for grading. Now this will be after I did the assignment, of course, and that will send it to me to be graded. And that's the basic way that we would complete each of these assignments. So we talked about the assignments. Remember your assignments, when you get into the assignment, you're going to go through all the different slides that are here. Go through each page looking at the stuff that's in here, because it's going to go over all the things that you're going to need for your notes. And different practice questions, important notes like this, you should definitely make sure we pay attention to. We have show more, all the different links, talks about other things that we might need to know, that we will need to know for the class. But right now we're going to talk about a little bit of the extra things that we have here. And I'm going to go to the announcement page. Now you see this, it has download your Algebra 2 checklist. Now I'm going to click there to download this, and it's going to give me this checklist of the things that I'll need to do. Now we have a checklist for every single chapter. Okay, so this is for chapter 1. Now some of them are video linked, not all of them are, but I have another chart that I have that will help you with those. But what these have on them are the templates. For example, we have the resource here. This has all the resources. I just clicked on that button there. It has all the different resources that we have for this. Now it has Khan Academy videos. It has all the FLVS videos that were already made. It has help files as far as the template. Now if I click on the template, it's going to give me this template here. This is, and I'd be able to put my answers on there. Now you'll need to either print or download that item. So download the original, and then you would be able to fill in your answers, and you'd save it and attach that to those assignments that we talked about earlier. Now one thing I do want to explain to us, so then if I want to do the videos, I just click on the lesson help video. Now this is where some people were having some trouble launching this. So you would click open, and it's going to download some Java software onto your computer. This is very small, but it will open the document for us. So it'll take a little bit of time to open, but this is a video that's going to go right alongside what you read in the lesson. It's going to bring this up, and I'll click run, and it's going to open up a window for me that will have the video in it. You'll be able to skip around the video. They have videos for the review for each chapter that you could use before the tests. And you can see the video pops up, and then
Hi, welcome.
They go
This is
through
my
everything.
name is Mrs. Ammons. I just wanted to welcome you to lesson 1.01, Algebra 1
And this
Review.
is something that we can do
Please
to
make sure
get
that you do
through
have paper
everything.
and pencil handy, as it is very important that as you...
Now back to the other things that we have. This is, remember, I got to this from by going to the checklist and then went to the resource and help video. Now another place that this is actually located, I emailed it to everyone. It's also down the announcement page. So you could click on the links from here as well. So that will help you get started and give you some extra assistance on the assignments. Now the last thing that we're going to talk about is the discussion-based assessments. Now when you have finished a module, right before the test you'll see this discussion-based assessment. Now this is where you will set up an appointment using the system we had before, and I will give you a call and we will go over information for the class to make sure that you are ready for the assignment. Now this is not something to be worried about. It's all stuff that you should learn in the lesson. And just a quick heads up, I get pretty much all the questions. If I go to the review section and go into one of these lessons, these are basically the types of questions that I'll be asking you, and they have answers for them in the review section. So we're not going to sit on the computer and do math problems, but there are certain things that you should be able to answer. You should be able to answer how we can use the order of operations to simplify expressions. Now they talk about this right in the review section. You should have also learned it from the lesson, but just as to refresh your mind, you can use the algebra review to prepare for the DBA. And this will count as a grade. So you would schedule that appointment, and then we would go through the assignment, go through the different questions. I'm not going to ask you all of these questions. It's usually between 4 and 7 questions that we'll go over. But like I said, all of these come from the review section. Like for the review for 1 I just showed you, if we looked at the review for lesson 5, it has these questions. Those are some things that we should know and that we should be able to find out as we go through the lesson. So that is everything that we need to be able to do for the course. If you run into any questions, make sure you let me know. Last but not least, things just to remember you go to lessons to get your for your learning. Course information has all the things that are important in the class. Assessments will take us to our assignments. If I go to the grade book here, this gives us how we scored on each assignment. Now assignments other than tests can be resubmitted and you can earn extra points. This gives you when the assignment was turned in, if it was graded, how many assignments you've completed. So that kind of keeps you on tab there to understand what your grade is. It'll also show what your current grade is, and so you could always monitor that. Remember to check our email regularly, and you can always get back to that announcement page by clicking on announcements, and it'll take us to here. Remember, if you have any questions, please set up an appointment using the link. Just because of the volume of students that I have this summer, it is a little hard for you to just call and get an appointment. Please take note of the hours here. These are the hours that I am available. And these are the hours that will be reflected in the information. Also here you can see this is the announcement page, the contact information. You can go to each announcement page here. So for week 1 it'll have the things. Now this is a little bit different for you because of it being the summer. You'd have more assignments, and we got to those, remember, by getting our PACE chart. So if you have any questions, like I said, feel free to set up an appointment so that we can go over anything you might need some extra help with. Thank you, and good luck with the course.